Hey there, fellow green thumbs. Welcome back to Ruth Haven Grounds, where we're always finding creative ways to grow more food in less space. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to share one of my favorite vertical gardening projects that combines sustainability with serious strawberry production. We're talking about transforming those plastic bottles cluttering your recycling bin into a gorgeous 3-story hanging strawberry tower that'll have your neighbors asking for the blueprint. I discovered this method during my own battle with limited garden space, and let me tell you, it's been a complete game changer. Not only are we giving plastic bottles a second life, but we're also maximizing our strawberry harvest in the most space-efficient way possible. Whether you're working with a tiny balcony, a small patio, or just want to add vertical interest to your garden, this project is for you. Before we dive into the building process, let's talk about why strawberries absolutely thrive in this vertical setup. Strawberries are naturally shallow-rooted plants that don't need deep soil to flourish. In the wild, many varieties even cascade over rocks and hillsides, making them perfect candidates for vertical growing. When you grow strawberries vertically, you're actually mimicking their natural growing habit while solving several common gardening problems. First, you're keeping those precious berries off the ground, which means less rot, fewer pest problems, and cleaner fruit. Second, the vertical arrangement provides excellent drainage, which strawberries absolutely love. These plants hate sitting in waterlogged soil, and our bottle tower system ensures excess water drains through each level naturally. The 3-story design also maximizes sun exposure for each plant. Unlike traditional ground beds where plants can shade each other, our vertical tower allows sunlight to reach multiple levels throughout the day. This translates to more flowers, more fruit, and ultimately, more delicious strawberries for your kitchen. Let me walk you through exactly what you'll need for this project. The beauty here is that most of these materials are either free or incredibly inexpensive. You'll need 9 large plastic bottles, ideally 2-liter soda bottles or similar-sized containers. I recommend using clear or light-colored bottles as they won't absorb as much heat, though I've successfully used all kinds. You'll also need about 12 feet of strong rope, chain, or thick cord for hanging your tower. Make sure whatever you choose can support at least 20 pounds when wet. Trust me, soil and water add up quickly. Grab some quality potting mix formulated for containers, a sharp knife or scissors, a drill or heated metal rod for making drainage holes, and of course, your strawberry plants or runners. For the strawberry varieties, I'm a huge fan of ever-bearing types for this setup. Varieties like Seascape, Albion, or Quinoa will give you fruit throughout the growing season rather than one big flush. If you're in a cooler climate, June-bearing varieties like Jewel or Honeyoy work beautifully too. Plan on 3 plants per level, so you'll need 9 plants total for your tower. Now comes the fun part where we actually construct this vertical wonder. Start by thoroughly cleaning all 9 bottles with warm soapy water. You want to remove any sticky residue and labels. Once they're clean and dry, we'll work on each level separately. For each bottle, cut a large rectangular window on one side, leaving about 2 inches from the top and bottom intact. This window should be roughly 4 inches wide and run most of the bottle's length. The intact sections at top and bottom provide structural strength and soil retention. After cutting your windows, use your drill or a heated nail to create 4 to 6 small drainage holes in the bottom of each bottle. Good drainage is absolutely crucial for healthy strawberry roots. Here's where the design gets clever. We're going to stack 3 bottles per level, connecting them side by side to create each story of our tower. To do this, use zip ties, wire, or strong waterproof glue to attach the bottles horizontally at their tops and bottoms. Position them so the cut windows all face the same direction, creating a unified planting surface. Space them close enough that they touch, but not so tight that you deform the plastic. Once you have your 3 separate levels assembled, it's time to connect them vertically. Thread your rope or chain through the bottle caps, spacing each level about 8 to 12 inches apart. This spacing is important because it gives your strawberry plants room to cascade without crowding the level below. I like to drill holes through the caps and use knots below each level to keep everything secure and, adjustable. With your structure complete, let's talk soil. This is where many gardeners make critical mistakes that affect their harvest. You want a lightweight, well-draining potting mix, not garden soil. I create my own blend using equal parts quality potting soil, coconut coir, and perlite. Then I mix in a slow-release organic fertilizer formulated for fruiting plants. Alright, so, fill each bottle section about 3/4 full with your soil mix, making sure to leave some room for your plants and a watering reservoir at the top. Before you start planting, go ahead and water the soil thoroughly until it drains freely. This step really helps settle the medium and ensures even moisture distribution throughout. Now for planting your strawberries. If you're using bare root plants, you'll want to soak the roots in water for about an hour before planting. Next, make a small mound of soil in each planting spot and spread the roots over it. Then cover with more soil until just the crown is visible. The crown is that thick section where the roots meet the stems, and it should sit right at soil level. Too deep and it'll rot, too shallow and the roots dry out. Space your plants evenly across each level. Typically, 3 plants per level works perfectly. Gently firm the soil around each plant and water thoroughly. You'll probably notice some settling, so just add more soil as needed to maintain proper crown height. Location is everything for strawberry success. Your tower needs at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily, though honestly, 8 hours is ideal for maximum fruit production. Morning sun is particularly valuable because it dries dew quickly, which helps reduce disease pressure. When hanging your tower, choose a sturdy support that can handle the weight. A strong tree branch, pergola beam, or wall-mounted hook rated for at least 30 pounds works well. I've found that positioning the tower where I can walk around it makes maintenance and harvesting much easier. Consider the drip factor too. Water will drain through all 3 levels, so either position your tower over a garden bed, place a catch tray underneath, or hang it where drainage won't be an issue. Some gardeners even position another container plant below to catch the nutrient-rich runoff. Vertical gardens dry out faster than traditional beds, so, consistent watering is essential. During hot weather, you might need to water daily, while cooler periods might only require watering every 2 to 3 days. The key is checking moisture levels regularly. Just stick your finger into the soil at the top level. If it's dry an inch down, it's time to water. Water slowly at the top level, allowing moisture to cascade through all 3 stories. This takes patience, but it ensures even hydration throughout your tower. I usually water until I see drainage from the bottom level, then I know everything's adequately moistened. Strawberries are moderate feeders that benefit from regular nutrition. Every 2 weeks during the growing season, I apply a balanced liquid fertilizer diluted to half strength. Alternatively, you can use a slow-release organic fertilizer mixed into the soil at planting time, then supplement with compost tea monthly. Keep your tower productive by removing runners unless you want them for propagation. These energy-sapping shoots divert resources from fruit production, so, it's best to simply snip them off at the base. Also, make sure to remove any yellow or diseased leaves promptly to maintain plant health. Watch for common pests like aphids and spider mites, which can be controlled with insecticidal soap or strong water sprays. The elevated nature of your tower actually helps reduce problems with slugs and ground-dwelling pests, which is a huge advantage, honestly. As your strawberries produce fruit, you'll notice the natural cascading effect creates a living, fruiting waterfall that's absolutely stunning. Harvest berries when they're fully red and slightly soft, usually in the morning when they're coolest and sweetest. Once you've mastered the basic 3-story tower, the possibilities are endless. I've seen gardeners create towers with 5 or more levels, mix strawberry varieties for extended harvests, or even incorporate herbs like thyme and oregano in some bottles for a complete vertical edible garden. You can paint your bottles with non-toxic outdoor paint for aesthetic appeal, though I personally love the rustic, functional look of the clear plastic showcasing healthy roots and soil. Some creative folks even add decorative elements or use the tower as a living privacy screen. This project represents everything I love about gardening at Ruthhaven Grounds. It's sustainable, space-efficient, productive, and accessible to gardeners at any level. You're not just growing strawberries, you're creating a conversation piece, teaching sustainability, and proving that great gardens don't require great spaces. So, grab those bottles from your recycling bin and let's turn trash into treasure. Your future strawberry harvests are waiting, and I promise there's nothing quite like picking sun-warmed berries from your own vertical garden while sipping your morning coffee. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Ruthhaven Grounds for more creative gardening solutions and space-saving growing techniques. Share this article with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with limited space, and drop a comment below telling me about your vertical gardening experiments. Let's grow together, one recycled bottle at a time.